You're getting a double team today. Yeah. No, I talk too much. Yeah, for semblance of time. AI is wild, huh?
Cameras in the back. John, you good? All right, thanks for being here, everybody. We will go straight to questions for our coaches. We'll start with Justin and then Jason.
For Danny, you've experienced this rivalry on both sides, both at ASU and now here. What has it been like for you just to be a part of this rivalry over the years?
I think it's one of the greatest rivalries in college football. I mean, it goes all the way back to 1899. Obviously, I mean, you probably saw all the AI stuff over the last couple of days online, huh? No, I talked mad stuff about this place, and you got to be all in where you are. And when I was there, I had great opportunities. I mean, if you go back to 1958 and the whole Prop 200 thing, where Arizona State College was trying to become a university, and the majority of people down in Tucson voted no. I mean, I should have come out with the shirt that said Prop 200, huh? Because I was talking about all the anti-200 stuff. I mean, it's really cool, and I think that just adds to it. I mean, it's got some intense moments in it. On that video yesterday, you can make numbers look however you want in most cases. The only numbers you can't make look are points and yards per play, and really true victories. I mean, I spouted off about if you go back to 1946, the record, and then 1958 when they become university and change their name to what it currently is, and then the overall record. 51, 45, and 1. And they vacated the one win and whatever 21 was. I mean, the game was played on the field, so you really can't vacate it. So really 46 wins for them. And the amazing thing is only one tie. I mean, 1987 is the only tie and only one overtime game. 2010, the double overtime game. That's an amazing series, and to be that competitive. And then last year, obviously, they had a great football team that did some spectacular things and boat raced us. We got two really good football teams that, in my opinion, in the CFP rankings tonight, should be ranked. I think we've got two of the top 25 football teams in the country. And I could have sat up here in March when we hired Coach Daggy and I was going to be the DC, and y'all would have said I was an idiot for saying that. But I think it's really awesome that we have the opportunity in this rivalry, and that's what the Territorial Cup should be about. And whoever wins on Friday night is going to be running all over that stadium holding that thing up because it's really cool.
Jason and then Michael.
For both of you, just schematically and all that, what you see from ASU.
I think people have struggled running the football on them, and it's because they're really stout up front. They do a good job of doing what they do well. I think the linebackers are very active, and then I think they got two really dynamic corners that they're allowed to play on an island and play man free with. And I think their safeties are really aggressive and very physical. I mean, there's a couple times on tape, man, they'll come down and like smack you. So they're extremely physical and they're good at what they do. And they're always going to have advantage hats to the box. I mean, they're very aggressive to stopping the run. And so that's going to be a huge challenge for us to try to find a run game, just because a lot of people have struggled with that. And then, we got to do a great job because they're going to challenge us on the perimeter as well, because I think that's where their better pieces are, and they trust those guys. So it's a major challenge for us from a scheme standpoint. I think they're good at what they do, and I think they believe in what they do. And so I think our guys are. I've kept it real with our guys all week and told them, these guys are good. And they're a lot of the same pieces that were a part of that team last year. So we're excited about the challenge, but it is going to be a challenge, and we got to be ready to play for sure.
We sneak stop the run. So what are they going to do? They're going to run it 1,000 times. I mean, Sims is going to probably have 50 carries. Malik Brown's going to have 40, and then they're going to isolate Jordan Tyson one-on-one. I mean, they'll get us to put 10, 11 guys in the box and see if they can beat our DBs one-on-one. I mean, that's what I'd do if I was them. That's what I keep hearing. So I think they're a damn good football team. I think Jeff Sims is really, if you watch the Iowa State game, he's physical, he's big, he's strong, and he plays football with the right demeanor. Raleek Brown, if you watch the Colorado game on Saturday night, he is physical, twitchy, fast. And then Jordan Tyson was finally back, and I think he's the best 50-50 ball catcher in America. I mean, he is elite when the ball's thrown up in the air. So our DBs are going to have a great challenge when they throw it to him. And Jeff Sims has a fantastic arm. I mean, that thing comes out of there. It's pretty. And so we have to do a great job of one, gang tackling, being violent to the football. We have to choose violence up front. And then we got to win our one-on-ones on the outside. So it is going to be a hell of a football game on Friday night. It's going to be sold out up there. I mean, you've been hearing about that all season, whatever, sold out. Good for them. That's how college football should be. And I can't wait for the opportunities down the road for the Soul to be sold out. I mean, anticipation of game one next year, like, freaking A, buy your season tickets. Like, we've earned that opportunity for you to come show up and have fun, because it's a hell of a lot more fun for everybody, including the football teams, when that place is packed. So it's going to be, I cannot wait till Friday night. I'm glad it's a day early.
Michael and David.
Danny was nominated for the Broyles Award today when I was I was going to say, Seth, can you state the case for Danny to win that?
You know, we after every game, you know, when you go and break down the tape, and then you have your initial first meeting with the team, and talk about basically the good, bad, and the ugly. You know, Coach Brennan allows us to, you know, speak and kind of give a recap of what we thought each side of the ball did well. And every time I get up there, man, I just, to me, it's so fun being an OC, and this is kind of the second year this has happened to me, but it's fun to be an OC when the defense is good, because it allows you to, I mean, we can struggle in a game and still be in the game. And you've seen that obviously through this year. I mean, there's times where we have lows offensively, and our defense just bails us out and keeps us in games, and then we finally figure it out, and we finally find a way to win at the end. You know, and that's because what Danny does and the standard that he set the moment that he got hired, and the culture that he's built. And I've gotten to sit in some of those meetings in the spring and fall camp, and you know, I knew a long time ago that we were going to be good on defense. Nobody else did, but I had to go against it every day, you know. And I remember saying it in a press conference, like, good luck to anybody that wants to try to run the football, you know what I mean? Or because there's so much stuff going on up front, and the different pictures he's going to give you, and then how fast they play, and the way they train, and like I've never seen anybody train the way they train and practice, and the way they pursue to the football. I mean, they just do a great job, and so him and his staff have done an unbelievable job. And like I said, those kids believe, and so it's fun. It's just fun as an OC, because you know you're going to be in any game and every game. Even, you know, obviously, like if you start slow offensively, you know you're going to be in it. And then if you have a lull in the middle, you know you're going to be in it. You're always going to have a chance as an offense to go win the game. And so, you know, Danny's done a great job, and obviously he's done a great job of mentoring me. You know, I'm still trying to grow and learn as my position, and you know, he's been in the game quite a bit, so it's kind of seen the highs and the lows of this profession. So he's been a great a guy to lean on, and he's always trying to kick me out of the office and tell me to go home, and trying to take care of my health and all sorts of stuff. So he's been tremendous to me, and there's no doubt in my mind he deserves that nominee, and in my opinion, the reward. So he is the best. He's the top assistant in the country. There's no doubt.
That's kind. The only thing I heard out of that is that I'm a lot older than him. I mean, that's a team award. Like, coaches shouldn't get credit. Coaches should get blame. They pay us good money to set this thing up. Now they play the players too now, so we can blame them. But coaches should get blamed. The players win games, and that's a program award. That's a really, really cool honor. But if I don't have him on the other side of the football, being a team guy, and I mean, when we can't slow him down, he's willing to pace it and all that good stuff and figure things out. Like, from Coach B giving me the opportunity, the great players that we have on both sides of the ball, on all three sides, like, I mean, it's a great honor. That's everybody gets a piece of that, and that's really cool.
David and then Brian.
One for each of you. Danny first. What was your take on the interception by Trade, and how you guys were able to get the pressure off the edge and chase there to make that play happen? And then for Seth, just what's been the key to the timing that we're seeing between Noah and Chris Hunt?
The pressure on Stukes' interception is we blitzed one more than they could block. So somebody was coming free. We did that a couple times. They threw now screens. They threw the very first play of the game. We take a bad angle. I mean, it was designed to let's get the ball out quick and see who's going to win a 50-50 ball. And those are the plays that we expect our DBs to make. We didn't make them against Iowa State, and they had 6 for 189 yards. We made them on Saturday. And so you've got to do it at the right opportune time. The 4th and 6th early in the game was a similar pressure with I guess it's been called now the red rover look, and we jump off sides. You can't jump off sides. I mean, that's the fourth critical down. You have to know it's 4th down. I don't know that we did, which is coaching, which drives me bonkers. But we get a stop, and instead they get a touchdown 2 plays later on. I won't even say anything on the other call, but we sent one more than they could block. So you got to take a chance to defend the screen and all those things that can hurt you or win a 50-50 ball, and we did. I mean, and I thought that was a big turning point in the game because they take the lead right there at 24-21, and then the next offensive drive, we go right down the field and methodically move the ball, and we gave us an opportunity to build a 2-point lead. And I think this is a hard football team to play different than when we played BYU with a 2-score lead. The maturity and the growth of this football team over that time, I wish we played BYU again. Now, BYU's going to have a chance to play in the championship, and I love Kalani Sitake, but we've grown since that moment. You probably have to ask Seth again. I forgot what his question was.
I think what you're seeing is the relationship that those two had during camp before Hutt had an injury, because he was really separating himself. You could tell Noah was very, very confident, just putting the ball up to him. And Hutt was making a ton of plays during camp. I mean, this guy was, when we had, just like games, there's days in practice where you're a little bit off and the defense is getting after us, and there's one guy that consistently kept showing up, and it was Hutt. And so if we just put the ball in his space and gave him a chance to go make a play, majority of the time he was making it. And I think, as a quarterback, specifically Noah, obviously, he knows that. He knows that Hutt's going to make a play. Hutt's going to find a way to get separation. And then if the ball isn't just extremely accurate, Hutt's going to find a way to make it accurate. And so with him just getting healthy and then finally, them playing together and getting more chemistry and some more camaraderie. And again, the big thing is the trust. I know for quarterbacks, it's always trust with the receivers. Can I trust you to be where you're supposed to be? And if the ball's in the air, you're going to make a play for me. And Hutt's done that consistently since he's been here. So there's a lot of trust there between Noah and Hutt.
Brian and then Troy.
When a coordinator ends up having success, like a breakout type season, they start getting mentioned for, hey, maybe going out for coaching opportunities. You've already done that. You've been a head coach, but do you think that what you've already done would affect people's perception of you? And I don't know if that's something that you're even considering.
I think it's a great question. My record wasn't very good. And I'm not one to make excuses. I haven't talked about this before, so probably bad timing when I got that job. I got the job in New Mexico. There was no transfer portal yet. So the idea is to build a program over time, raise money, create facilities, do all those things. And a month into it, COVID hits. So we have 7 spring practices, and COVID hits, and New Mexico is a little bit different. We didn't get our football players back. We didn't get to practice in groups of larger than 5 the entire time. And we're getting ready to play Colorado State. We hadn't practiced as an 11-man team. And they tell us if we go to Colorado State and come back, we're going to have to quarantine for 14 days. So we made a decision as a football department to move the entire operation to Las Vegas, Nevada, and spent the entire football season in a hotel in Las Vegas. And Desiree was awesome in doing that opportunity, giving us that opportunity. Initially, we were going to share weight rooms. We get to Las Vegas, and they tell us we can't share weight rooms because the governor of Nevada doesn't want us to. So we go an entire football season, and we haven't really lifted weights since spring. We got better as the football season went along. We won the last 2 games. There's some momentum. This was all in Las Vegas at Sam Boyd Stadium, which was awesome. They shut that place down because of Allegiant Stadium, and Desiree got the county to reopen that stadium so we would have a field to play on, which was awesome. And there wasn't even electricity, which was really cool. We come back to after the season, and we've got New Mexico State Police stationed at our facility because they don't want us working out in groups larger than 5. The governor didn't want that to happen, so we don't lift a single weight with a group larger than 5. Nobody's spotting each other until the end of July of 21. So you go 2 full seasons without a football team lifting weights. And I thought we did okay in 21. And then 22, the transfer portal opens up, and we lose our best safety to Houston for money. We built another team, and I thought the 23 team, we went 4-8. We lost a couple games, but we had that we should have won, which really pisses me off because that should have been a bowl team. I thought the 24 team, all 5 of those offensive linemen, 4 of the 5, Issei's with us here, 4 of the 5 started at Power 5 schools in 24. The left tackle for Illinois is probably the best old lineman in the country, was on our football team. Those guys wouldn't have left. Bill came here with me. He wouldn't have left. So Tucson might have had a problem in August of 24 if now me and the AD met at the end of the season, and he's now the AD at Houston, and basketball has $3 million in IL. Said, give me $500,000, we'll keep all this football team together and win. And he had the idea to hire Bronco Mendenhall. And that team should have won 8 games. So Jason Eck is doing a fantastic job. So I don't know. It bugs me that it turned out that way. But God's plans are greater than ours, and I'm right exactly where I'm supposed to be. And so we've got, statistically, we're pretty good on defense. We got a top 25 defense, which bugs me because it should be top 15. But we're 11th in the country in yards per play, and we played the most plays in the top 25 of all those teams in the top 25, which I think is pretty damn good because we've got damn good players, and we play team football. And so, I don't know. We've got an opportunity to build something special here in Tucson, and the 5-2-0 was fantastic. So, I don't know. That's a good question. I've never talked about it, so.
Troy and then Justin.
Going into this game, obviously heated rivalry, the energy level on the field is insane. Last game against Baylor, you guys had a few unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and celebration penalties. How do you keep the emotions controlled? Because obviously they're going to be there, where it doesn't get out of control with penalties and so on and so forth.
We use a term around here. You have to. It's passion over emotion. In anything you do in life, if you make an emotional decision, it's most of the time stupid and wrong. And if you make a passionate decision, it means that you have put a commitment and made a commitment to make that choice. And so we cannot be full of emotion, and there will be a ton of it, all the way from the warm-ups. That's how it is. In 2018, they had to line the Arizona State Troopers across midfield because there was a couple of interactions within the teams before the game. It doesn't need to be that way. This is a great rivalry that the people up there don't like the people down here. That's fine. The people in the stands don't touch each other, but you don't have to like each other. That's kind of what makes it cool, okay? The players don't need to get involved in that. Because all of a sudden you do something emotional and a fight breaks out and you lose 5 or 6 guys, it could be guys on both teams that are critical players. So neither team needs to get into that. And I know Coach Dillingham will do a fantastic job of having his team do that, and Coach B and our coaches will do a fantastic job. So it should be a great football game where both teams just try and beat the crap out of each other the way it should be. And they'll be talking. It's fun to talk in football games if you do it the right way. There's so much stuff said out there that is funny from the sideline, and it's a violent game. So both coaches will do a great job. And Kenny Coach Dillingham is really smart. Okay, I have zero desire to coach at an AU. Okay, I'm not going to be the king of anything. Okay, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and they've done a great job. So it should be a great football team, but passion over emotion. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, there's part of that game that is emotional and that creates momentum, especially when things are going well. When you score a big-time touchdown, make a big-time play, or have a big-time stop, or create a turnover, there's got to be emotion that creates momentum and energy. But there's also got to be poise to that emotion, and there's got to be a fine line of where you cannot cross, right? And that, to me, what's that line? That line is getting a penalty. So don't take your helmet off. Don't taunt. That's the line. So we can't cross that line. And obviously I've never been part of this game before, but I've also been a part of big time rival games. And I know what that means and what that is. And to me, our message to our kids is the most poised, most disciplined team most likely going to win this game, right? Because if you can eliminate distractions, if you can stay within yourself and stay within your plan and stay within your fundamentals and stay within believing in each other and your team and celebrating with your guys, I think you got an advantage to win a big-time game like this.
Justin and Jason.
two questions, one for each. Seth, did you just talk about some of the rivalries that you've been a part of, whether it was at Texas Tech or playing high school football in West Texas?
Playing the high school rivalry. Back in the junior high, I remember it was such a big deal. So I grew up in a small West Texas community. My dad was my head coach. It's like one of those communities, like if you watch the movie Friday Night Lights, the whole town shut down. I mean, it's 1,200 people, but nobody worked on Friday nights. The old man mayor would run us. He would lead the charge on away trips, and he would run out in front of the bus with the tomahawk because we were the Braves, and he'd run for half a mile. It was crazy. The dads would guys that had sons on the team. After the pep rally, they would have drums set up right outside the field house and play the bum 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 like a little war chant for 4 hours until the game starts. Wow. And so that's Texas high school football, and that's a little community of 1,200 people, right? And I remember in junior high we're playing our rival, and their girls hung out with us and our girls hung out with them, and I mean it was man, it was heated. That was one of the most heated, games I've ever been a part of was in junior high. But going back to my career at Tech, when you play Texas or A&M or Baylor, those things got heated, and then obviously they were always big time games. They were always good games. There was tight games regardless of the record or who was hot and who wasn't. And then obviously I got to experience the USC UCLA rivalry a little bit. Even though, I think UCLA was a little down at the time, but every time we played them, it was a game, And then you go to Ole Miss and get a chance to be part of the Egg Bowl, which was pretty cool too. Especially, Leach's last year was the year I got to experience it. He actually beat us. So yeah, been part of some special moments, some special games. So I'm super excited to be part of this one.
A few members of your defense were part of the game the last time you guys went up to Tempe in 23. In Genesis, Traded, and Dalton. Mm-hmm. How have those three gone about leading your defense? And just looking at them over the last few weeks, what impressed you about how those guys have been playing?
They attack everything like they're professionals. I mean, from recovery to preparation, leadership, and then they're damn good players. They've had opportunities. I mean, last week was the last home game for those guys. And so Coach B gave them an opportunity to talk to the team on Friday night, which was just awesome to listen to, those guys talk about their experiences and the concept of how close this group is, and hear them talk about it. It's why we've had a chance to be successful. And so they played in it in a lopsided game that was in our favor, and they played in a lopsided game that was in their favor. So they are mission focused to have a positive outcome on Friday night. And you saw that video of Coach Dillingham at halftime last year that surfaced, and they asked him about stick the knife in the kitty and twist it. Good for him. That nobody's showing that video in our room, and our guys are going oh, he's freaking metaphorically. If I could stick a cactus sword in somebody's heart, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Let's get the freaking tail down and finish them. I would be pissed too at Caleb if a video like that went out. That stuff happened in a private. I said a bad word. That stuff happened in a private moment. That in a team locker room, there's all kinds of things that are said now that belong in there. And so, those guys will be ready. And so Kenny didn't do anything wrong with that. It's kind of cool.
Our last three will be Jason, Lindsay, and Michael.
Jabari Nan gets in the game, gets the pick six, just how he's progressed, and specifically that play that he made the other day.
So the depth pieces of our football team this year, the opportunity to develop them over a long time, Jabari Man, and you saw his ball return skills on that play. Last year, he spent the majority of the season with the offense because we'd gotten so banged up at running back and Bill couldn't play that he was taking reps over there as a running back. He was an outstanding running back in high school. Much like Lance Briggs was an unbelievable running back in high school. Running backs that can translate to be a linebacker, most of the time they're very physical. They see the game different. So I love recruiting those guys that play both ways. Myron Robinson was an unbelievable running back in high school. So we'll continue to go after those pieces and develop them. Jabari he's still only a redshirt freshman. He's young. He is a tough. He attacks the meeting room with Coach Bringell, and on that play, we had given 4 or 5 different looks of them knuckleheads holding hands, and so it was an opportunity to show blitz and drop out, and we got enough pressure on Sawyer. He just threw it to him. It wasn't a great throw, but that's what happens when you're hitting the quarterback and they don't know where it's coming from.
Lindsay and then Michael.
You guys both stepped into new roles this year. How did you approach rebuilding both sides of the ball, and how have you seen it benefit this year?
Yeah, I think both of us, and I can speak for both of us on that one too. Is we attacked this thing. There were a few holes when I first got the job, and I felt like the first thing we had to do was obviously retain the quarterback. That was a huge deal for us. So we retained the quarterback, and then we had to build around him. We'll start at the offensive line position, and that the biggest part of that is we hit, and because you take 5 or 6 transfer linemen, you're hoping that you hit on 2 or 3 of them, and we really hit on all of them, and we hit in a big way. KD is a major player for us. Tristan ended up being a major player for us. Ty Buchanan is a major player for us. So those guys helped us turn us around pretty quickly, and then obviously going to get Marty and some skill guys with the receivers with Wysong and Hutt and Spivey and all those guys, and it just ended up being a good group of talent. Now the other thing I feel like we did a great job of attacking is obviously with what Coach Brendan's vision of the team and the standard of red line and really building a culture here. And I told him last night, we actually had a one-on-one conversation, me and Coach B, and we were just kind of talking through about the season, talking about obviously practice, all sorts of stuff. And in my opinion, there's a lot of guys on this team that are playing above their means, right? And they've developed into a better player than they were when they first got here. And I think that's because of our standard, our process, and our coaches that we have in the building do a tremendous job of gaining trust. So therefore, they do trust us when it comes to our development process. And we've created a team. We have a really good team. We have really good kids, and it's a really special group. I wouldn't say there's just besides I think there's some guys on defense that are really, really special players. Genesis and Stukes and Dalton, like those guys are special players. And we have some good players, but man, I couldn't tell you the last time I went a part of a season where not one skill guy came in my office demanding the ball. I want more football. I want more touches. I want this. I want that. Somebody's not happy with something, and it's all about them. Offensively, it's just been straight about the team. And so I feel like we've done a great job of creating, like I said, a unit, not just a bunch of individuals that are getting paid, that need to do this to get to the next level, all that stuff. Yeah, they all have dreams and aspirations just like all of us, but that's the magic of this year, is we've created a team that allowed us to be, in a situation where now all of a sudden this last game actually it means something. It means something to this community. It means something to this program. It means something to our players, and they've earned it. So I'm very proud of the way we've attacked this year and done it in such a short time, for sure.
On our side, it was when Seth got here, the focus that he had on rebuilding and with Coach Oglesby and the offensive line and watching them and trying to give my 2 cents, which I'm not an offensive line coach, nor do I really have any say whatever, but I am very opinionated and will be able to spew whatever, and they can tell me to shut up. But I thought that process was amazing. On our side of the ball, when Brent came to me and said, I want to do this on defense, we didn't have Salavea yet. We didn't have Brangell yet. And so I told Chip, go find 3 corners. Like, we need to find 3 elite corners. And I told Dwayne and RC, you just focus on making those 3 stay here. And I want to give Dwayne Akina a lot of credit and admiration for his respect for the University of Arizona. Because if he wanted to, probably all 3 of those kids, he could have probably convinced them to go to Texas. And I don't know that it would have been the best thing for him, but he could have. And I know how much he believed in them. but he didn't. And so, I mean, Dwayne is an awesome human being. He's an unbelievable secondary coach, and the relationship that he built with those guys, the best place for them was here. And they're having success because of that. So I told Arch, you spend all your time on that, and then I will rebuild the front. I'll find D linemen, I'll find linebackers, and we will rebuild this thing, and we will create a top 15 defense, like I said back in March, if we can keep. And I thought the biggest thing was we had to find corners and keep those three pieces together. We were able to do that, which is fantastic. And then Joe came in, and Joe was able to help with the end of the pieces for February, the Leroy Paulus, and the momentum that we had. Like Deshaun McKnight, like I spent more time recruiting that young man. I love that kid. Like he is really close with our family now. He gets off the plane here, and Oklahoma is trying to buy him from coming here. And we had a good enough relationship in that speed dating moment that like he was like, no, I believe in what we're doing here. And so to get those kids to believe in that, and then the only reason it's been really good is because we've had success. And so now that success gives you credibility. I stood up there in front of the defense when I was recruiting, especially those three guys, the secondary guys. I said, hey, we had 84 interceptions in a 4-year period at San Diego State. That's going to be you, because I will get pressure on the quarterback. That's going to be you. Now, if you don't catch them, that's your fault. But if you're good enough and you make plays, then you're going to have opportunities. Dalton Johnson has the second most interceptions in the Big 12, most in his career. Javian Cole leads the Big 12 in interceptions, most in his career. Genesis Smith should lead the Big 12 in interceptions. He just keeps dropping them. I mean, those opportunities were what I had to sell on paper. And now that they've come to fruition, those guys are my best recruiters. Those guys are the best advocators. Noah, I mean, he sent me a text the other night when we were going back and forth because whoever knows and doesn't know, before Saturday night's BYU loss, we still had a chance to play in that game in Arlington. And then BYU screwed it up. Thanks, it's Kalani. We screwed it up back in September. But I was texting back and forth with Noah about it. Like the camaraderie that we've built on this team and the relationship that Seth and Noah have, like if Noah doesn't stay, it's a completely different football team. Noah stayed because of Seth Thagey and Coach Brendan. Now, everybody chose because Brent Brennan is the head football coach here. And everybody on this football team either chose to stay for Coach B and the assistants or picked Coach B and the assistants. We don't have anybody here that didn't want to be here. And I talked about it a long time ago. Continuity is how you build something special. And what President Garamella and Desiree, the administration, Coach B says this all the time, like their alignment, watching them interact is unbelievable. And then the umbrella that Coach Brennan has put over our entire football program with the people he's hired all the way down to, I mean, what Tim Cummings does in our video department. We practice out there on South Beach, and we had 2 cameras out there because nobody ever wanted to use that, but I wanted to practice outside. Well, he pieced together a tower. He calls it Tower G, so that we could have an all 22 end zone camera, which is unbelievable. So we have 3 cameras on both fields. We have 6 in the indoor. Like, nobody says no around here. They just find a damn way to get it done. And that's how you have success. Kristen Arkela, you ask her a question about compliance, it's never no. It's let's figure this out. And then if we can't do it by rule, we can't do it. That's how you have an opportunity to build something special. That's what we have here with Desiree in Tucson. And so we've seen success. We've got the 2nd-ranked basketball team in the country, which is ridiculous. They should be number 1. Okay, we've got an undefeated women's basketball team. We got a national championship triathlon team. Our golf team's competing for conference championships. Our baseball team made it to the World Series. Like what Desiree has created only lasts with continuity and keeping everybody together.
We'll finish up with Michael.
So that formation where the guys are holding hands,
Mm-hmm.
can you give your version of events of how that came about? And then Seth, when you saw that in practice for the first time, what did you and Noah kind of think about it?
I'll say yes. So we had some stunts inside where we had the linebackers, and it's really hard sometimes for the offense because of the way we line up and things like having the 2 guys over the center and the fact that we've gotten away with that as long as we have and give them different pictures. Now we've got some really good elite D linemen athletically that can do that. They can get from a shade to a 5 in movement, which is not common. I told those guys they need to be helmet to helmet on some of these stunts like the linemen. Coach Brengel made the comment of, and he's denying it now, like close enough to hold hands. Well, it started with 2. And then when we went into practice on Thursday, it started with 4, and then we had 6. We had 2 DBs that were involved earlier too. And so some of the things that I told them, and I said, so then Coach Bringel's getting like, that looks so dumb. What are you guys doing? I said, it looks like they're playing a game of Red Rovers, how that whole Red Rover thing started. So then I told them, if you're going to do that nonsense in practice, you better do it in a damn game. Like, don't just, and that was all fun. Now, the part of that group that has fun and all those things and stuff. But I'll tell you what, Noah was the one that said, like, Coach, that looked like, what the hell is that? And so if we can get that what the hell is that moment from anybody, well, from that formation, we got a sack, we got a pick 6, and we got 2 fourth down stops. So now, Arizona State will practice it. So we'll have to, maybe we'll do something else. I'll stand back to back and post for picks. I don't know. We'll do something stupid.
It's funny because, we actually have a couple periods during the week where we service offense versus defense, so we can get like really quality looks, for a few plays. And, offense just got done. I grabbed the cards to coach up, the scout team quarterback. And Coach G comes up, nudges me. He's like, hey, give Josh a hard time about this. And I look up, and they're all holding hands. And so I start screaming for Coach Bringel, like, what are we doing, bro? This looks so sorry. But then, so I watched it practice. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens during the game. Well, during Jabari's pick, me and Bringel are up there together, and we were screaming, red over, let the ball come over. So it worked out, and it was good times, man. Like and like I said, we just the whole week I was just giving Josh a hard time about it.
Thank you, guys.
You're about to hear from 2 unbelievable, 1 Phoenix natives, but Alexander Deuce is a straight badass, and Alex, all right, ever, and Jen, like they're great human beings, but they're what we're building this program around. So appreciate them, celebrate them, because you don't get what we've had if you don't have football players like these 2. So, y'all, we're super excited to be a part of their team. Bear now, let's go do something on Friday and have fun.
Cameras in the back, come on, let me know when you're ready, please. Thank you. Guys, we have about 10 minutes. I'm sorry, we're going to be speeding through this. Let's keep it to 1 question at a time, please. We'll start with Justin and then Troy.
So Deuce, what has it been like playing alongside Tristan Bounds over the course of the season, and what has it been like implementing Matthew Lotto into that mix at right tackle?
Playing next to Tristan's awesome because I feel like we're both in that same mindset where we just want to go out, hit somebody every play, and I feel like we meshed really well together. But I've known Lotto like since I came in, so when Lotto came in, there wasn't really any there wasn't really any problem with that transition because I feel like even as a whole room, we're just all very tight knit. So if anybody came in to play next to me, I would have had a good time with them.
I think this question could be applied to both of you guys. What has it been like to be a part of this rivalry, considering you're both from Arizona?
It's been something, especially having 2 brothers that went to ASU. They always get on me about it. So when this time comes around, it's always it means a lot more, I feel like.
You asked the question again?
What has it been like for you to be an Arizona native and be a part of the rivalry? And considering you've played in 2 of these games, how would you describe the emotions?
Oh, yeah. It means something different for me. Just like we attack each and every week, we got to have a faceless opponent. But just knowing the history behind it is also very important. So just continue to attack the week, stack days, get extra, and just prepare for Saturday will give us the best opportunity to win this game.
Troy, then David.
Genesis, over the last several games, the defense has really upped its game in the second half. You guys have been a really good second half defense this year. What do you think are the keys to that, those adjustments that you guys have been able to make and shut teams out in the second half?
Oh yeah, Coach Gonzalez just honing in on the details of the halftime, just what offenses are hitting us on, and just kind of disguising better, or just fixing it at halftime, and then just coming out and having a good second half plan.
David and then Brian.
Genesis, for you, just how would you describe your season? I mean, you got off to kind of a fast start, and there seemed to be a little bit of a lull in the middle. Even Danny came in and said he kind of had to, have a conversation with you to try to maybe get you back going again. And the last few weeks have been better. How would you just kind of describe that up and down, and where you've tried to get to get to the finish line?
I feel like just doing what I can each and every game to the best of my ability. Just trying to do my job to the best of my ability, and just make plays when they show up.
Brian and then Lindsay.
Genesis, when you first saw the DBs, or excuse me, the linebackers holding the hands together and all that, and whether it was in practice or in the game, I mean, did you think that that was something that could really be effective, confusing people?
Oh yeah, for sure. Any stunt that Coach G puts in, I have full confidence that it's going to be effective because he knows what he's talking about when it comes to that. So when I seen it paid off in the game, it was really exciting.
Lindsay and then Michael.
For both of you guys, how have you seen the impact of having Coach Daggy and Coach Gonzalez here this year?
You got it.
With Coach Deggy, it's as soon as he came in, it's a different kind of energy. I mean, everybody's on point. As soon as he came in, I feel like everybody joined into his mindset, which is let's go out and practice, let's go out and have a good time. Every practice, he stresses the importance of having intentionality with whatever we do. Even with Coach G, I don't spend that much time around him, but I could see even from the defensive standpoint, they love that dude. He gets the job done clearly.
Yeah, you turn on the tape, you'll see that just the defense is playing different this year. I feel like that's just the mindset Coach G instills in us. Just the physicality and just how we show up each and every day, ready to practice. It shows up on Saturday.
Michael and then Justin.
One for each of you. For Alex, what was the timing of your commitment here as far as when the staff?
I think I was here.
Did you say anything?
Oh, let's go for it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I think I was here for maybe a week or two, and the staff left, and Coach B and his staff came in.
Okay, so there's been a lot of discussion about choosing to be here or not wanting to be here. How would you describe what that time period was like, the choice that you had in front of you?
It was definitely a lot to think about at first. I was talking to my dad and my brothers that week going on, but after spending time around Coach B, Coach L, and these guys, there was no doubt I wanted to be with these guys.
Sure. And then for Genesis, Coach Gonzalez said he expects ASU to run the ball 1,000 times in this game on Friday. Do you expect that to be kind of their game plan, and how do you go about stopping them?
Oh yeah, for sure. We've seen it on film that they have a really good running back, really good quarterback. So we're not going to see a pass if we don't stop the run. So we just got to come out and stop the run first, and then win our 50-50 balls.
Genesis, what's the latest with your foundation and what you're doing this holiday season?
Oh yeah, so we're working on Christmas cast right now, just the funding of it right now, and I most recently did a little turkey drive and a food donation drive for Thanksgiving, and we're going tomorrow to go serve and donate to those families tomorrow.
How many turkeys? How many families are you guys benefiting?
I'm not sure the exact number, but it's a really good amount.
And then Deuce, Lotto's kind of in a similar situation as you, he was a newcomer, and then there was the coaching transition. Did you have any conversations with him during that time, and what do you think just about him sticking it out despite that transition?
Yeah, coming in at the same time and that happening, we definitely did talk about it, the situation. I think that's what got me and Lotto super close. And when he decided to stick it out too, I was super happy to hear that because I really wanted to play with Lotto.
We have time for one more. Michael, go for it.
The depth of the offensive line really showed up in this last game. I think at one point in time there were 3 starters out total. How is that second unit developed over the course of the year, and what things has Josh Oglesby done to get those guys ready for game action?
I think it's awesome that all those guys got their chance because in our room I feel like everybody gets the same chances, same individual time. So seeing Issei, Isaac, and Mike, who's definitely gotten more than a few reps, go out there and just do their thing was awesome to see. I mean, I was super proud of them.
We'll finish up with one more from Justin.
Genesis, do you see any similarities with, this team compared to that 2023 team? And what are, maybe some differences between the two teams?
Oh yeah, for sure. The offense is definitely just as electric, or if not more, as the 2023 team, as far as getting points on the board. And then just defense as far as getting turnovers. I feel like statistically wise, I think we're a better defense this year than we were in 2023. So just trying to continue to attack the ball, I feel like that's a similar thing. And then obviously the wins, how we started off, I think it's 3-3, 2023, and then how we're winning now, and then now how we're winning. It's weird to see.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you, guys.